Hi guys, welcome back to Empowerment Network. This is your sister Comfort Confo, and of course, I'm joined by our beautiful sister Francina Fane, all the way from Senegal. Sis, welcome.
Thank you, Comfort.
Yes, sure. So, guys, this morning, this today, me, Francine, and myself, we think that we should talk about, we continue discussing honesty, and we have a sweetly put together a topic which says honesty is the best policy. So, by honesty here, there's so much we can talk about. We can talk about ethics. We can talk about the honesty of our CEO. We can talk about the honesty of some people we've met on our way. So, we want you to get involved in this chat. Let it be an interactive discussion and see where it takes us to. So, sis, I'll hand over the mic to you.
Thank you, Comfort. I am so glad to be here with you because you are a very amazing lady. And I am flattered that you want me to join you for this Empowering Our Network. Thank you for that, and keep on what you are doing because you are keeping so many motivated in that our ONPASSVE project. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank
The
you.
topic we are discussing today, not discussing, it's not a discussion, it's a sharing experiences, is really interesting to me, and it's very dear to anyone who wants to be successful in any business. And related to ONPASSVE, my experience with our CEO since I joined is really interesting because that person took on him to present something really new. And in order to be successful in something so new, you have to have a lot of qualities. And the first of them is tell the truth. He is not trying to sell something to someone. He just asked us to join. Whoever wanted to join could join. He has not made a profile of who could join. It was openly opened to anyone. This first point calls for honesty, and I was wondering, how would he do to manage people from all types of places? They are coming from Africa, from Europe. They have different levels because among us in ONPASSVE, you have so many layers. Those who have never been to school, those who have been at school, PhDs and others, those who have experience, those who have not, those who know IT, those who do not. A person like me, I am not conversant with IT. I don't even have a Facebook account. So I have to make step by step to learn. And our CEO came and he said, I am here to lift up. Lift up can come for those who are poor materially, those who are poor spiritually, those who are poor of not knowing who they are. And that is something really great to somebody to step up one day and say, this is what I want to do. And it takes a lot of value from the heart. That is the first point I would raise when we talk about being honest. He has been honest with himself for acknowledging a problem facing so many around the world, and he could not stand that situation. When he came the other day and he said, I am not here for myself. I am not here to talk about myself. This emphasizes this ethics because he has built something to talk about others, to help others, not himself. He doesn't need it. When many of us always arguing, we paid $97, right? For some people, it's a lot, it's a fortune, a lot of money. But from others, that's what they spend to go to a restaurant, right? And after a few months, the same person came and he said, let me refund you your money. All of us, not a single funder didn't get back the $97. How do you call this? Honesty, ethics. When he announces something to the founders, he keeps it. He does it. And mostly, he comes to us after a period that has been really painful. I don't know how he managed to stand that period where we notice there is something going wrong within ONPASSVE. He took it on him. He never came to us and cried. Why did he do that? Because at the very beginning of ONPASSVE, he stood up for the wicked, the wickedness we had, the less stronger. He stood up to say, I will empower you. I will make it right so that you will be proud to be a human being. This takes a lot of courage, a lot of ethics, and a lot of honesty. He didn't come to cry, but he let us know that I am going through something that shakes the company, that shakes what I'm trying to put in place to help many. And we could see how this impacted him, but he stood up strong, straight, because he took this statement. He was engaged. He has embarked us in something he wanted to achieve. So we are very happy, and I want to express my gratitude to all the funders who were trying to put themselves together around him, because he took us as a family, and he keep on saying, you are my family. Whatever I do is for you.
Yeah.
And after these words, he will come again and reassure us through actions.
Right.
He doesn't not say it. He goes further and he acts upon it. Whatever
Exactly.
he promised, he kept his promise. And I just want to remind us, all of us as funders, that ONPASSVE is not a joke. It's
Indeed.
not a
Impossible is not a
playground.
joke.
It's not a playground. We are here to give hands to one another because it's a spirit. And that spirit has some pillars. One of the pillars is honesty.
Exactly.
One of them is ethics. One of them, and the most important, is love. And when we love, we have to be honest.
That is true, sis.
We have to be honest. So
Yeah.
maybe I will leave it here.
Yes, I think. Yeah, I think
Thank
I just like to come in because you've said a lot. You've said so many things. Guys would like to know in the comment section what you think about what our sister Francine just said. So I just go back to a few things because talking about honesty here, I think you started by saying that Mr. Mufara was honest to himself by thinking that, listen, what I am seeing happening in the world, especially in the digital marketing world, all of these online businesses and stuff, don't do that. I'm not happy about it. He was sad. His heart is broken watching people investing money and watch it go down the drain and they don't make anything at all. He was tired of watching a business come to the stage today and then tomorrow morning it disappears, people wait
Right.
and stuff. And so he was like, I want to be honest to myself and to even help me to ease off my spirit to stand up and say, enough is enough. Something
Yeah.
can be done because
Yes.
everybody can have a share of this cake, this
Absolutely.
international cake put together for us by God Almighty. Because according to him, there are enough resources to take care of at least basic needs for each and every human being on planet Earth. It's just that greedy people take it and put it to themselves and hold tight onto it and make names such that in the country of the blind, you are the only one-eyed man, and so you are king. Everybody bows to you. That is not Mr. Mufara. And when you talk about honesty again from his own side, sees you want to look at, we have gone through stages since 2018, depending when every individual joined. So much has happened. Ash has sat and watched people fail him before he knew it. You remember the days of O Connect? I'm not sure whether you remember when he sat there warming up, ready to show us O Connect that here is your baby, just to wake up one morning, haha, it's not done. What were they doing? But then he sacked some people at that stage. So much has happened. There came the SEL, the SCE, the court thing. Everybody was like,
Yes,
oh
I
my God.
remember with the
Yes,
finance
yes. Somebody,
regulation.
we were like, oh, we're in trouble, we're in trouble. He was like, guys, let's move on with business because our lawyers are taking care of that. I have nothing to
Hmm.
cover, I have nothing to hide because I have everything to prove that I am genuine. And he came out
Absolutely.
vindicated. We have seen what just happened to us. We would have been moving mountains already as planned, not until it comes out that just one of us, you and myself, we go out there and make ourselves a stumbling block. But then Ash uses it, steps on it like a climbing, like a stepping stone, and goes to the next level. That is why we are still here. That is why the data was recovered. That is why the secure code, if I'm calling it wrong, that's what was recovered. The recovery of last 2 weeks. Why? Because he's honest, both first to himself. Because there is this saying that you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot demonstrate honesty, genuity, as he calls it, when it's not coming from you, from the heart. That is
Absolutely.
why wherever we are going to with unpassive, we will get there. It's just a matter of when and not if. We don't sorry, we don't care about the how because he is taking care of the how. You don't need to know. If he explains, I will not understand. If he explains, I will be really confused. I would say, why are you doing this anyway? But then the how is left onto him. He is bearing in. I think you were in this discussion where our men were like, was it Vincent or Collins? That Ash is bearing the burden for you and myself. He is
Of
bearing the
course.
risk. That was Oliver Conte. Say, Ash is
Yes,
bearing the
yes.
risk. Ash is bearing the burden. And all you and myself, we are waiting to do reap the juicy apples, the crispy ones. He takes the rotten ones. He takes the parasite. He takes everything that comes with it. You wait for the fine bread. That is what you take home. So if not, and then also you said one thing, he is facing challenges because it is a new thing. Nobody has ever done this before. He has never done this before. It's not only new, it is massive. It is scaringly so big. It's a monster that he's pulling along. What do you expect?
Absolutely.
Challenges. And he is doing it the abnormal way. Abnormal. Why? Because who takes wealth like this and gives some to Francine and gives some to Comfort and gives some to my auntie who is weaving baskets down the village? Nobody does that. And
No.
so he does his things abnormally. That's why he has to face all the darts coming from all of the angles, and he's escaping them because it's not by might nor by power, but by the upper powers, supreme alternate power, ultimate powers that he believes in, which is God. And so honesty, 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 honesty. That is what is keeping him going. And so we will go till the end. So since we were thinking that, like yesterday, I was talking with Reverend Olujimi, we were borrowing from Collins. Collins sees that from the technical perspective, Ash is replicating himself because when you have an account, then you are the CEO of OnPassive because you own those products and you are selling them. We want to replicate him too from the area of honesty because when you're honest to yourself, to your family, to your community, OnPassive will go as far as even farther than Ash is envisaging it. Do you think that's something we should start thinking about?
Absolutely. And you are perfectly right because we cannot take on passive for granted. Whoever does that has to go inside deeply and think from the very first day he accepted the concept and see the vision. Because a man with a vision came and is showing us the way. We have nothing to do, only support him with the positive spirit we insufflate into the project. And you did right to recall all the steps where we faced challenges within ONPASSVE. We tend to forget all those periods we had. And we can never grow if we don't die and push ourselves outside the soil. And what comes next is something very beautiful. And why am I saying we cannot take ONPASSVE for granted? We cannot take ONPASSVE for granted because if we are part of the project, we have to take example and appropriate it, that example. In fact, when you see any ONPASSVians, you should see Ash Mufari. If we want to be impactful to the world, we have to know what is going behind the scene. This corruption is not people, honest people who are behind the corruption. Because if they were honest, they would do something to raise everybody so that we move together to something smooth, to something harmonious for everyone and each human being to find happiness. When some people are still struggling, they cannot even pay a bill at the hospital, and we will be getting what we have, the manna from ONPASSVE. How should we remain honest and ethical? Because this is an engagement. We have not signed, in the NDA we signed, we have adhered to that.
Exactly.
I mean, when we get the money, it's not our own money, it's the money to lift humanity. So if we don't do that, I mean, we shall not be calling ourselves ONPASSVian because we lack honesty, we lack ethics. Let us think inside ourselves. Let us rebuild something beautiful in the heart of those values. I don't know for you, Comfort, but that's what I think, and I
Sure.
trust.
Definitely, sis, definitely. I want to come back from when you mentioned ethics, values, and all of this. One of the things it adds to honesty, adds to the values and everything you are saying. Ash is very ethical because business ethics demands that an industry like IT where we are, you should not pose as the big brother, as like my name is all of you. You take the whole market. So Ash is like, we are not coming to take the whole market. We want just a tiny fraction, a tiny portion of it, and we will be fine. Because I have seen other IT companies being dragged to court and charged to pay billions because they pose as bullies. They monopolize the market, and so that the smaller businesses that are in that industry are not able to make anything. Ash says we have the capability to do that, but that is not the intention. We are not here to take the market, to take the entire market to ourselves, because the other brother also needs to put bread on the table. The other brother also needs to pay his employees. The other brother still needs to live. And so we share it. We just want a fraction of the market share and not all of it. That is ethics. That is honesty. That is
Yeah.
why you can only go higher and higher. There's a song back home when they sing usually on Sunday service, we dance so bad. Keep me going higher every day, Lord. Keep me going higher to another level. That's why Ash is growing higher and higher from one level to the other, because he is ethical. He understands and respects the business ethics, the norms, and he goes by them. He goes by the rules. He doesn't want to hurt the A or B in the house because he acknowledges them as family. When we all are operating in this industry, we become family. And if everybody could look like that, we would not be waiting for Ash in the 21st century to come and share this with everybody. It would have been here because companies have come and gone. Rich people have come and gone, but they make names. So businesses out there, you speak every big brand out there is a family name because it belongs to that family. They could give a share to best friends and all of those, the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer, and the other ones are left, the forgotten ones are just left there and they're rotting in 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 poverty and struggle and all of those things. But then Ash says, no, here is a level ground, level platform. Whether you have your PhD or you've never gone to school, you stand on this platform, you are the same. There's
Exactly.
no height,
Yes.
there's no class, there's no age, there's no race, there's only unpassive, one language, LOVE, love,
Yeah.
backed by honesty. So, sis, we can go on till tomorrow. We'll have millions of things to say. Let's adjourn this.
Absolutely.
So, I give you the honor to empty your heart and give a closing remark so that we can finally get out of here, sis. Thank you.
No, it's very exciting, and it's really interesting to see how some people are excited whenever we talk about on passive. We can spend a lot of time doing that, but I will keep for today that we do have somebody, a leader, not any leader. We have Ash Mufare, who offered something really impressive to us, to the world. And we have to be behind him to support that vision and to take example on that. Since we are in the love we have, if we love each other, we have to remember that we have to be honest for the love to bear fruits. We have to be honest to ourselves first. Am I ready to embrace this unpassive with the motto? The motto is honesty, authenticity. Let's be authentic with ourselves, and then it can transpire. We can give it to others. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Powerful, sis. I couldn't say it better. So, guys, let's say, just let us know in the comment section if my sister and myself spending 22 minutes here, were we wasting our time or did we say anything at all? Tell us in the comment section. And of course, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet. Share this with other friends to keep the fire burning, to keep the light shining. If it makes any sense to you, we will be back. So we welcome our sister Francine today, but this is just an introduction of what has to go on and on and on. Thank you, sis, for coming. We love you and have a wonderful week.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.